everyone. Thank you all for being here to hear this update on the progress of the Lincoln on the Move Street Initiative. And joining me today is Lincoln Transportation and Utilities Director Liz Elliott and the co-chair of our Advisory Committee on Transportation, Shannon Harner. So Lincoln maintains more than 2,600 lane miles of streets. And that's the same distance that you would travel if you hopped in your car and drove to New York City and back. These streets are an important part of our city's infrastructure as they provide a safe way to get to work, to school, to the next big concert or game. And our streets really just are so fundamental as they support public safety, our local economy, and quality of life. So as we wrap up the second year of our 6-year Lincoln on the Move initiative, it's clear that our investment is making a difference in our community, and the positive benefits will continue to increase over the next few years. We encourage everyone to check out the second Lincoln on the Move annual report, which is now available at streets.lincoln.ne.gov. The annual report includes a progress update, project highlights, and a look at the exciting plans that we anticipate going forward into the future. In the first year of the program, 7 projects were completed. In year 2, the number of street projects increased to 18. And this means that since the Lincoln on the Move quarter-cent sales tax approved by Lincoln voters took effect in October of 2018, the city has undertaken a total of 25 additional street projects above and beyond what we could have done with our normal street budget allocations. As a reminder, our finance team estimates that by the time the quarter-cent sales tax sunsets in September 2025, we likely will have been able to invest an additional $78 million in Lincoln streets. So here are a few highlights of our Lincoln on the Move efforts to date. Here we can see the before and after images from the improvement project in the McPhee Elementary area near South 14th and D Streets. And this slide shows improvements in the Highlands neighborhood near Northwest 7th Street and Burt Drive. And here you can see the project in the South 40th Street neighborhood where several existing streets were improved. Many factors and criteria are considered in deciding where to use Lincoln on the Move resources. Oversight of the program is the responsibility of the Advisory Committee on Transportation, or ACT. Members of the ACT are Lincoln residents, and they come from all 4 quadrants of the city. These committee members have played a crucial role in helping to determine where to invest these street dollars. ACT co-chair Shannon Harner will now share with us more information about the work of this really important committee. Shannon, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Mayor. It's been a privilege to serve on the Advisory Committee on Transportation. The 14 ACT members know how much Lincoln's residents value this community, and they too live and work here. The members are dedicated individuals representing all parts of the city of Lincoln, and this diverse group reviews criteria and street package options very carefully. Some criteria include neighborhood needs, overall community impact, the type of work required, funding availability, inclement weather, local business, and detour impacts, as well as other things. In year 2, $15.1 million were invested into Lincoln Street projects, and many more are planned. Revenue provided by the Lincoln on the Move quarter-cent sales tax enables the city to invest an additional 25% more funding into Lincoln streets and in a short time frame. Every dollar that's collected goes directly to the Lincoln on the Move Street Investment Program. The ACT enjoys seeing residents already benefiting from the program in year 1 and year 2. We are very excited for future years' progress. Based on the progress that's made possible with this infusion of Lincoln on the Move revenue, the committee has discussed the potential benefits of continuing to explore additional funding to add even more transportation improvement projects. We thank you.
Thank you, Shannon, and thank you to all members of the ACT for donating their time to this important work. Next up, LTU Director Liz Elliott will join us with more details on our current and upcoming street projects. Over to you, Liz.
Thank you, Mayor. I have heard from many community members that I have heard from many community members that the 25 projects implemented in years 1 and 2 are making positive impact on their day-to-day lives. Some additional completed street programs include improvements to South Cotner Boulevard that extend from O to South Streets. Here, you can see the before and after video. This video and others are available in the annual report as a quick and easy way to experience the work completed across the community. In this video, you are looking at 9th Street from I-180 to A Street. This video is another example of a street improvement that took place. Here, the city improved 3 lanes of streets from one of the main entrances into the city, all of the way to A Street. And one more highlight includes a project on Holdridge Street. This Holdridge project extended from North 87th Street to Cedar Cove. Looking ahead, I'm thrilled to say we will be busy again in year 3 with 17 additional street projects planned. Of those, 14 are rehab projects and 3 are growth projects. As you see on your screen, these repairs and improvements will be happening in all 4 quadrants of the city. For example, in the neighborhood around Lincoln High School, on Randolph Street from 40th to 56th Streets, on North 14th Street from Adams to Superior, and South 84th Street from Oakdale Avenue to Elizabeth Drive. In years 4 through 6, the city estimates $42 million will be invested in the Lincoln on the Move street projects. Currently, 11 additional projects have been identified and endorsed by the Act for those years. The total number of projects will ultimately depend on how much revenue the city receives through the 6-year time frame the street investment is operating. The Lincoln on the Move program allocates 73.5% of the revenue to improvements to existing streets, 25% to new street construction in growth areas, and 1.5% to the LTU and Railroad Transportation Safety District, the RTSD, partnership to enhance North 33rd and Cornhusker Highway railroad intersections. In year 2 of the RTSD project, draft environmental work was completed. Year 3 will continue area planning and environmental analysis, preliminary engineering, and the continuation of public support and dialogue. Tonight, a public open house is being held for this project. Residents are encouraged to attend and offer feedback regarding the proposed transportation safety improvement project. This meeting will be at the Center for People in Need at 3901 North 27th Street from 5 to 7 p.m. this evening. Again, for a full list of the Lincoln on the Move projects, check out Year 2 Annual Report, which is available at streets.lincoln.ne.gov. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Elliott, for the hard work you and your staff do every day to make our streets better all across the city. And again, I'd like to thank the community for supporting this program and investing in our streets. Lincoln on the Move revenue is helping to get our city street projects done and get more of them done sooner than we could have using our normal budget street budget allocations. And at this time, we'd be happy to take any questions from the media.
What do you spend on street improvements from the regular budget in a year, typically? Is it in there?
Liz, microphone.
Oh my God, look at that. I might break out in song. Yeah, how much do you spend typically in a year on street improvements? with the budget, not Lincoln on the Move, but.
I was looking to see if I had the exact number here, and unfortunately, that's the one number I didn't bring down. So what I will do is get that number to you, Margaret, and we'll make sure that we get the right number. So Erica will email you with that number later. So I apologize, I don't have it. I have every other number here, but I don't want to misstate it, so. We do have Thomas Schaefer here, Assistant City Engineer. He might be able to give us some numbers off the top of his head, so.
Our CIP totals about $50 million, and of that, $13 million is from Lincoln on the Move, so that would leave $37 million of regular funding that's used for capital improvements on top of the regular street maintenance, snow fighting, and the other things that we do with that.
The 50 million is street improvements.
Yes.
Do you know how many that is in a year? Like there's 17 Lincoln on the Move plans. That's out of how many?
It's gonna vary. It's gonna vary on the type of improvement and repair that you do. A large 1 mile reconstruction like a West A can be 12 or 13 million a year. But a rehab project like you see on 9th Street is more like 2 million a mile. So it depends on what type of project. So the number's going to vary depending on the type of projects that's being performed.
And Margaret, we'd still like to follow up with emailed information about that number because the CIP is part of what we contribute to streets, but there's also street dollars in the operating budget for LTU, so we want to get you the right grand total. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to hear more about what we're getting done with your support for our city streets. Take care.